Good morning and good evening, everyone. On behalf of Omega Pyramid Dallas, PSSM Corporate, and Pyramid Valley International, we warmly welcome you to Day 60 of Stillness Beat, your daily dose of meditation and wisdom. Today marks a very beautiful milestone. We have officially completed 2 full months of consistent meditation. It's 60 days of choosing stillness, 60 days of choosing awareness, and 60 days of showing up for yourself. This is no small achievement. Over these past 2 months, each of you has likely experienced subtle shifts, perhaps in your thoughts, your emotion, your reactions, and possibly even your sense of purpose. Transformation does not always arrive loudly. It often unfolds quietly from within, and this inner change is very powerful. So let's welcome Master Srisha to guide us in our daily meditation.
Thank you, Sanjana. Yes, friends, let's start our meditation today. So we'll be doing Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation. Ana in breath, Apana out breath, Sati being with the breath. So friends, let's gather ourselves. Steps for this meditation are very simple. Take a comfortable sitting posture. Clasp your fingers, cross your feet, close your eyes, and be with natural breath. So friends, gather yourselves. Let's take 3 long breaths to make our body relaxed. With each breath, relax ourselves. Let go all the tension from the body. Take 3 long, deep breaths. Sit comfortably. Cross your feet. Clasp your fingers into fingers like this. And gently close your eyes. So if you're wearing any spectacles, please remove them. We don't need. Gently close your eyes. There is no rush. And start observing your natural breath. However your breath is. Shallow, deep, gentle. Don't change anything. Just be with your natural breath. In breath, out breath. Thoughts come and go. Let us be an observer of the thoughts. This is our time to be in the meditation. Everything can wait. Relax. Be with the breath. Soft, gentle, natural breath. Don't engage yourself with the thoughts. If thought arises, observe the thought and let it go. Thoughts will pass away. Let's not indulge ourselves with it. Come back to the breath. We will do 40 minutes of meditation with the help of music. Come back to the breath all the time. Relax. Last 30 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly rub your palms and keep it on your eyes. A few seconds. Slowly and gently open your eyes.
That was an amazing session. Thank you so much, Master Surisha. I hope everyone was able to feel the energy. Today, we'll be reflecting on presence over performance, the spiritual psychology of action. In today's world, we are constantly in performance mode. We perform at work, we perform in relationships, we try to impress, achieve, prove, and be seen. But spirituality asks a deeper question. Instead of how well are you performing, it asks how present are you? Performance is outward focused, presence is inward rooted. Performance often comes from fear, the fear of not being enough, the fear of not being seen. But presence is very different. It's when your body, your mind, and awareness are fully here. You act without tension. You give your best, but you're not attached to the outcome. So for the past 60 days through Stillness Beat, we have been training ourselves to become more aware, to be present in the moment. And so to guide us in this conversation, we are honored to have Pari Patri, an award-winning executive empowerment coach for spirituality, as well as a woman entrepreneur, energy worker, and meditation teacher. For those of you who may not know, she founded PSSM Global to spread meditation and awareness of pyramids across the world, and is also a Heart Math certified trainer. Her work focuses on helping people align with their inner state with their outer actions. Let's welcome Pari Patri as she shares our wisdom with us.
Thank you, Sanjana, for this beautiful introduction, and very glad to see you again. And Sirisha, it was a wonderful meditation. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mr. Vikalji. Welcome. Hi, is Prithvi here today? No, okay. All right. Welcome everyone, welcome all masters, welcome to this Stillness Beat, a 365-day daily meditation. And as Sanjana beautifully explained about the today's topic about performance, this is a topic. I believe now the topic is about work and stillness, correct? That is the theme going on. Okay, so when Prithvi asked me to talk about this, any topic on this, I was like, okay, I don't know what we can talk about, because You give me any topic, I will talk only one subject. But the names can be anything different. But we're going to be only talking about one thing wrapped in a different wrapper. Welcome guys. We're going to be talking about presence over performance, the spiritual psychology of action. We have about 15 to 20 minutes. So I'm going to keep it short, bite-sized, so that we can, we have more time to connect than talk about this, because if you're here in this platform, then you would have been going through this every single day in various ways. So you already know quite a bit, but what can I share? We're going to be talking more about embodiment today. Presence over, what was the presence over performance? So I have few slides from a different presentation. I haven't really updated them to match this topic, but as I said, it's the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. So I'm going to be sharing that. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, welcome all. So wonderful to have you again here. Anyone who is here starting new with this group? Before we start, anyone starting new or okay. And if you have any questions, put them in the chat so you don't forget them, and we'll get to that at the end. Okay, presence over performance. I can see. Okay, sorry guys, I'm just trying to make sure my slide, I can see you while I'm speaking. So this is about acting from alignment, not pressure. This is about creating from identity, not approval. Living from presence, not performance. What does that mean? The real problem that nobody talks about. Here, before, I know Sanjana explained, by the way guys, I run a company called Soham Shift, where I train, coach, certify practitioners as energy workers, stress management trainers, leadership coaches, crystal workers, many different ways. And also my passion is to make, as I said last time also, my passion is to make every spiritual entrepreneur wealthy, not rich, wealth for generations, leaving a legacy. That is what my passion is about. And I love working with people who have a mission, who have the inclination to do service, and create an impact, and yet work with the abundance mindset, work with presence. That is who, in fact, I work with every single day, not under performance. So, and also we do global programs, global meditation events around the world, teaching. The real goal is to teach meditation to each and every person, as PSSM Beat is part of this whole mission, global mission, and also create pyramids around the world and create a compassionate world. And I know, and today we'll talk about that in one slide, about the embodiment. It's about believing that it already happened is the key for embodiment, and we'll talk about that, the presence, the over performance. All right. So the real problem nobody talks about. Most people are exhausted, not from work, but from performing an identity. Okay, this is so many people come to me and say, Pari, I feel like my career, the biggest problem, in fact, I deal with right now is career issues, that they are not happy with their career. They're 9-to-5 jobs performing. Rita says, how to create wealth and spread it little from what we have created. Okay, there's a whole another discussion. Maybe next time we'll talk about it, about how to create wealth. And today what we are talking is from there, is what brings you wealth. So there was recently a lady from Australia who reached out to me and then said, Pari, I am a very ambitious person. I am a very, you know what I say, they say, like always goes above and beyond at work to deliver. And everybody loves having her, but because of certain challenges, she left her work, and then now she's in another workspace, and she doesn't feel, doesn't feel challenged, and she feels exhausted even more. Even though she doesn't have enough work, she feels more exhausted. She feels like that she's lost and have no purpose in life. So the real reason that most people are exhausted is not because of work, because of chasing the wrong identity, of not having enough soul work. The reason is not having enough soul work. Chasing validation creates invisible pressure. Constant seeking approval, constant validation, you can see the pressure, but that is creating so much, taking up so much space in your field, which is expensive to you. Now think about your energy as money. You don't put money where you know, you don't do wrong deals where it takes more of you than give you less. In the same way, treat money as energy. Energy as money. These emotions, such as seeking validation, seeking approval, take more out of you. You process more energy to process those emotions than what you're getting out of it. So you are overworking yourself, over processing, and no wonder why we feel exhausted at the end of the day. You're not getting enough pay, you're not getting enough satisfaction, but yet you feel like, you know, like something is wrong. And yet you're in a job that you want to be at. Action becomes heavy when it's driven by fear of outcomes. Fear of outcomes. I don't know, I'm putting so much money. And this happens with people that I work with all the time. They'll be like, Pari, I am people who want to be coaches, teachers. Pari, I am being visible. I do all of this work. I do this, but yet I'm not I don't know if I will get the results. Should I invest in this? Should I invest in that? By just having whether you will get or not, the work becomes heavy, because and what happens with this? Performance energy is equal to tension. That everything becomes a stress. Tension is stress, and presence energy is flow. That is something that we have to understand. And what is presence? Can anybody tell me what is presence? What is, like, what does that mean? Presence. What is presence? I would ask Master Rita. You tell me what is presence. If you don't volunteer, guys, I'm gonna be calling on you. Okay? So Rita, what is presence? What do you think is presence? You can write also. You can put the answer here. Being in the now. Being into the work. I prefer to live in limelight and I don't have work. I also feel lost and no idea of creating the peaceful environment. Yep. Living in the moment. Being here now. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. What is presence? Presence is acting from inner certainty. Certainty is a very high frequency emotion. Being in doubt is a lower frequency because it comes from a space of fear. Anything that comes from a space of fear is lower energy state. Certainty, confidence, integrity, honesty, courage, all of these are higher energy frequencies. And guess what? They are all very contagious. If in a team, one person feels certain, and you know what? I know this is the answer. I feel very certain about it. The whole team feels, okay, you know what? Sanjana is very certain about this answer. I think we should just take it easy. So it is a contagious thing. The whole team in the around becomes confident because of one certainty. So living with certainty is what we're going to be talking about today. Presence is acting from inner certainty. No rush to prove. We are not here to prove anything. No attachment to applause. No attachment to applause. Yes, we must applaud everyone, but we do not wait for an applause for ourselves. But you applause for everyone. That is showing gratitude, appreciation. Action becomes a natural expression of being. Action. In the last month, I talked about action. I talked about purpose. Everything that I'm sharing here, by the way, guys, is something is not from one book. It's from various different books. The people that I got inspired are Neville Goddard, who wrote the book called The Inner Conversations of Create Your Inner Reality. And many others who talked about certainty, and especially this guy, Neville Goddard. When you are present, work stops feeling like survival. I have worked in corporate job, 9 to 5 job. I used to work 40, not 40. Nobody works 40 hours. They work 50 hours, 60 hours. Right? In corporate, nobody works 40 hours. So I used to work 55 to 60 hours. I would give up my weekends, work when I was in IBM. And I was a very ambitious, I'm still an ambitious woman. I want all the appreciation. I want to be the center of the stage even now. And that used to be, so every time in the meetings, I used to be extra prepared. I want all the certifications, all of those, that PMP, this, that. I would invest in that, study that, to have all those tags next to me and have the badge of honor of being busy, calendar being busy. That used to be my badge of honor. But remember, I used to work, but I used to get exhausted. I had migraines, I had shoulder pains, I had every issue I never had in my entire life. I never had headache. I used to get migraines. Absolute shoulder pain. I don't know if anybody faces that. I was thinking of going to a chiropractor, this, that. And fast forwarding, I still work 65 to 70 hours. It's not less. I still work more, but it doesn't feel like work. It feels like I'm just doing it. It doesn't feel like work. I still don't go on vacations. I still work on weekends. So when people say, oh, when you find your passion, you don't have to work more. It is easy. You don't work. Even in the Instagram ads, they'll tell you, do this 1 hour, you'll be a millionaire. Have you seen those reels? Do this for 20 minutes, you will lose fat and become thin. This is the reels now the Gen Z kids or the whatever, the alpha kids want. They don't want to do hard work. They just want 1 hour of work and become a millionaire. No, I have to break that myth. Like break it right now, like this. It doesn't work like that. You have to work hard. Hard work doesn't go away. In fact, those people who are creating reels have worked so hard to create that 20-minute thing for you to do, but we know that stuff doesn't work. We all know. It's just for them to make quick $19 sale, but they make million sales. So that becomes a millionaire project. So anyways, I still work hard, but it doesn't feel like work. It feels, because I don't live in survival. I'm enjoying my work. I am present doing what I do. So the hidden psychology of performance driven comes from fear of not being enough. Why the performance comes? Even in a even in a relationship, performance, we perform in relationships, right? Of being nice or being kind, especially when you're dating. Sanjana, are you too young to date, or can you date? Or maybe I shouldn't ask that question. But especially when people are dating, performance is a huge thing. How do I speak? How do I show up? What do I dress? I remember being in college. Oh my gosh, dressing up was a big thing, especially when we are meeting boys. And how do you, what do you do? So performance is something that comes from fear of not being enough. That is a core belief, core fear that drives performance. Performance comes from need of control. You have to be in control of the outcome, what happens, and the performance fear comes in. And also it is an external measurement of worthiness, how worthy you are. It is an external measurement. And these are the these are the factors or the parameters created, not considering your you as a creator, not considering that it is comes from economics. Economics, by the way, the whole subject economics is created from the concept of scarcity. The whole subject is created because of the belief in scarcity. When the supply is low, demand is high, or whatever, that supply demand thing in MBA they teach. That comes from scarcity principle. If there is no scarcity, where is economics? Where is supply demand? And we have been taught and conditioned that there is scarcity around you. That is a total conditioning, total programming since we are born. Money doesn't grow on trees. Opportunities don't knock the door every day. Don't show up every day. When money rains, it rains. Otherwise, it goes away. Luck. The concept of luck. So many identities have been created in terms of understanding the scarcity and making that a reality. So, signs you are in performance mode. These are the three major signs. Overthinking every step, overanalyzing, sitting and writing pros and cons, do this, that, comparing constantly. Oh, you know what? I saw a couch in Walmart the other day. Let me go back to Costco and see if there is a 50 cents difference. Okay, comparing constantly. I know people, okay? I'm not even kidding. I know people who even look for a 50-cent discount coupon. Constant living in survival, constant living in comparison, constant, oh, you know what, you bought this. And when somebody comes in, the first thing people notice is which car they came in, which model, what is going on. So all of these constant comparisons, your brain is so trained to look into this because we have been conditioned about scarcity, conditioned about worthiness outside of us. So the two core belief systems that drive performance: fear of not being enough, fear of not feeling worthy. Working harder but feeling emptier. You're working really hard. These are the symptoms that you're in performance, but you're not feeling content. You're not feeling satisfied. You're not feeling like, it actually energizes you. You're creating an impact. It doesn't feel like that. So one of the truth about victory, which I want to share, is before the world saw the greatest figures. Now look at any figure that you consider as hero in the history. If you look at their stories, you will see that they act as heroes before they are even successful on paper. They act like that. And for me, my biggest example is my own father, who I share this example everywhere, in every class. He was a man who lived as if the whole world is meditating, the whole like there are pyramids everywhere. Back in 1990, when he had nothing, even like he had nothing, he had no people, he had no money, he had no status to pull any strings. He was a nobody. He was a very ordinary person, but yet he acted as if he knew that this is going to happen. The movement is going to go so big that he knew the pyramids will come. He knew the Dhyana Andhra will happen. He knew the Dhyana Bharat will happen and Dhyana Jagath is happen. He knew that, and he would act from that space. And that is what every hero does. Every successful person does. They act from that space of already wish fulfilled. This is the secret of manifestation. Rita asked me how to manifest wealth. You act from a space where your wish is already fulfilled. So when he used to talk to people, he would talk as if they are Buddhas. And we would be like, oh my gosh, why is he talking to this person like this? We know how this guy is. He's a total manipulative person. But when he talks to that person, he would be like he's a Buddha. Because he is not seeing the present identity. He is seeing the person he already has become. From that space. And this is not just Monday, Tuesday doing affirmations and doing it. This is living every second. Every second of his life living like this. So it doesn't come from it doesn't come from performance. It comes from a presence of knowing that you are the creator and every person around you is a god. From that knowing, you can live a life with presence. If you don't have the knowing, you can never live like that. And that is why we are meditating, and that is why we are reading books, and that is why we are having these discussions. To have a knowing, not a thinking or a believing. We are not even believing, oh, I am this, I am this, I am this. Not affirmations. You know, in your heart, in your mind, in your being, you know, you have this alignment. I am a creator. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. That means I am Brahma. And so is Surendra, so is Sanjana, so is Sirisha. It's not just me. Because if I just say I am the only Brahma, that is ego space. But everybody around you is Brahma also. So when you act from this knowing, from this space, as if the wish is already fulfilled, that is when you start creating miracles. You start manifesting the highest vision into the current reality. The universe will rearrange itself absolutely miraculously. Then there is no more performance, because you already know it happened. You already know you're the CEO. You already know you're the president. Where is the performance anymore? Because there is no more fear there. There is only presence. Now it's the enjoyment of the before and after picture. It is the enjoyment of the travel between before picture and after picture. You enjoy those relationships, because every person that comes into your life is meant to be in your life. It is a contract written before you even came. So every person that triggers you, you know them very well, who triggers you, that put you down. You know what, Surendra, you are a nobody. Who are you to talk to me before me? If I am saying that and he gets triggered, what, Pari, how dare Pari talks like that? And then Surendra like, I am going to show Pari who I am. And he will organize a freaking 50,000 people meeting and says, I will not invite Pari. I will only send her the pictures. But that made him do the work. This is a contract between Pari and Surendra before we were even born. That because of me triggering him, I'm playing the role of a triggerer, a pusher in his life. I signed that contract with him, and that I'm going to be doing this, Surendra, because this will help you grow. Because remember, the most important lessons come from this space, from people who triggered us, from people who showed us who put us down. So we need to be grateful for them. They have taken up that role in our life to do that for us. So that is the great knowing. That is the great enlightenment we are here to know. PSSM is not any platform to just talk about performance, anxiety, stress management. We go beyond. We are going beyond. That is what PSSM is about. Because yes, meditation is for, it relieves your anxiety, it relieves your stress. But stress comes from what? From ignorance. Ignorance of the reality, the truth of who you are. Because stress comes because when an external demand is there and you do not have enough coping skills, that's when the stress comes. But the external demand, when you know you have everything that takes and you have designed that demand, then where is the stress? You know that you have a knowing. There is no more stress. You act from that knowing. And that is what PSSM is here to teach. This is not some random leadership coaching we are talking about. This is beyond that. Because you can go to 100 leadership workshops and come back and you will learn this to bring all of this subject together from various teachers, not one teacher, is pretty amazing. And I am so proud to be here, to be talking about all of these things. So the shift, the identity before action. So the shift is acting like you already have it. Is a secret sauce. Okay, that gives you, and it is not fake until you make it. It is not that. We are not faking it. We are embodying it. You are working it. How do you act as if you already have it? Through knowledge. That is why we must read books. That is why we must meditate to expand our consciousness. That is why we must share our experiences. That's how this acting becomes reality. This is how I started. I used to scream. As I said, I love being the center of attention. I'm a Leo, by the way. Any Leos in the house? I love, and that's why I said even in the board meetings, I would make sure that I have all the tags to speak. And then when I was ready to quit my job, I was no longer, happy sitting in a cubicle doing spreadsheets. My first affirmation or my first goal was, I am speaking on stage and 1,000 people are standing up and giving claps for me. And this is what I wrote. So be bold in your dreams. Dream big. Don't limit yourself. Be bold. I wrote, I am a best-selling author. Yet I'm still working on my book, which I don't know when I will release. But that is I'm the bestseller author. I am the best coach that people love, and people love throwing money at me. People love throwing money at me. This is my affirmation that I write, that people love hanging out with me. People love throwing money at me. And so be bold in first having a vision of what you want. Where do you want to be? Because remember, you can't have a movie done when you don't know the script. You can't just act as it goes. First, get the script. What is the end game? What is the life that you want? What experience do you want? At the end of 365 days, what is the future we look for PSSM beat? We need to have miraculous goals. Go to pssmmovement.org, type mind miraculous. You will see the 4 types of thinking. Okay, in that 4 types of thinking, you all know: miraculous thinking, disastrous thinking, negative thinking, positive thinking. Don't just stop there. There is a paragraph next to that which says have miraculous goals. Just having miraculous thinking doesn't work. You need to have miraculous goals. At the end of 365 days, what are we envisioning for PSSMB? This is for all the leaders. What are the goals? How many numbers? How much donation have we collected? If we don't have those goals and we are just doing these classes, there's no direction. As a leader, if you're in the leadership team, you need to have goals. Okay, every day 30 people are attending. By the end of 6 months, we should make that 100 people attending. How are we going to make that happen? Those are the goals. So when you do work, but with certain goals, miraculous goals. By the end of 6 months, we should collect $10,000 as donations. Is that happening? If that is not happening, why is that not happening? So are we talking about donations at the end of the class? Are we saying, and do we have goals? So with that $10,000, what are we going to do? Are we having a event plan? Are we sponsoring some project in PSSM? What are we doing with that? So you need to be clear as a leader, clear about what is happening at the end. In the same way, you want money, I want $10,000. But what am I doing with that money? Am I giving back? What is the plan? Be clear, because if you don't know the script, just doing work, there is no point. The leadership comes from there, from the vision. So what is the end game? 5-year plan, 3-year plan, or even 1-year plan. What is the end game? And then with that, how are you going to move forward? Impact what? So this is the vision. First, write a script. Sit and write a script. Be bold to write the script. What is happening? What picture are you seeing? And once you have a script ready, then you start putting actors, colors, creativity, screenplay. Everything will come into play. But if you don't even have a script, we are not even bold enough to see our life. We talk about, I want money, but can you even see yourself building a big pyramid? Can you even see yourself happening? Or do you have doubt or fear? Because if you have doubt or fear, that means there is something that you need to work on. That means there is a belief that is holding you back. We need to change that. So your imagination is what creates your reality. What can you imagine? Because whatever your mind conceives, your reality will create. Whatever your mind conceives, when I say conceives, that means getting impregnated. Not, I want this, I want that, maybe a little bit I want that money, but I don't want money, but I want money. First, decide, do you want money or not? Decide, get impregnated. Not little bit pregnant. Either you're pregnant or not pregnant. So what thoughts are you impregnating today is a question I would ask. What are the thoughts are you impregnating? What is the future you're creating in your subconscious mind, with your words, with your action, with your belief, with your feelings? Because doubt, uncertainty creates blocks. When you're uncertain, certainty is the highest feeling. Today, if I have to leave one word, I would say live with certainty. You do something with the feeling of certainty that it is going to happen. 100%. Jesus said, if you have the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. That is what Jesus Christ said. So do you have the faith of a mustard seed that you can move mountains? Or do you have doubts? I am so small, I don't know if I can do. Oh, the weather is so bad, I don't know if I can do. So many questions, so many doubts, so many excuses. No wonder things won't happen. No wonder you need external validation. No wonder you need approval. No wonder you need tools outside of yourself. Because you are not accessing the inner power of belief. So again, I know it may be very different what I'm talking about, performance and presence. But as I said, performance comes from a place of fear. When you're present, when you're in the knowing, you just act. There is no performing. That is who you are. That is your authentic being in that space. So shifting from hope to certainty. You must replace hope with knowing. There is no hope. I don't like the word hope. I hope it will happen. Hope is never a strategy. You have to make it happen. So in 6 months, in 4 months, the leadership should sit and write the goals. What are the goals? Not just doing. Now we have to grow. Yes, we are successfully doing 365 days. Okay, next what? What is the next goal? What is the next goal? How do you think 35,000 pyramids have come in India without goals? Without targets? We should have 10 pyramids, 10 centers open up. That is the target. And to open up 10 centers, you need money. That means raising money. So everybody should have goals and work towards them. If you don't have goals, it is just scattered energy. You're doing, but there is no results coming up. And after a certain time, you lose interest, because when you don't see results, you don't get excited. But when you have a goal, you achieve that, there is excitement. There's this training of the mind to be successful. So you rewrite your brain to be successful, because now you feel success. Only when you feel success, you can be successful again and again. Otherwise, you will lose interest, and Sanjana will be like, I don't know, guys, I'm just doing this. I don't feel anything different. I'm out. My college starts, and there will be excuses there. Because the mind is such an amazing instrument to find excuses the moment you get bored of it. Suddenly something new shows up and you will have, oh, you know what? Because we create our own reality. We are so freaking powerful to create excuses if we don't like something. You know that. I don't even have to say it. You know that. So, training your mind to be successful, have goals, be in the knowing, not in uncertainty. Certainly know that this is happening, this is working. Work from that space with no fear. Work from a space of presence. Shift identity before action. What do I need to do? Instead of asking, what do I need to do to succeed? Ask, who am I choosing to be right now? Instead of what do I do, ask, who am I choosing to be right now? Because remember, everything in your life is a reflection of who you are, what you believe about yourself, what concepts you hold about yourself. So when you change your concepts, when you act from the knowing, things happen. And this is a spiritual psychology of action. Your inner state, the feeling that you hold, your belief, the story that you keep telling yourself, the story, change your story, and the expression, the work that you create from abundance, not from scarcity. If I create something, I am absolutely free to share it, because my content doesn't hold energy. It is me, my signature, my energy holds the uniqueness. So when you are from abundance, working from that expression, whatever you create becomes gold. Whatever you create, it doesn't really matter. So this is the today's topic, guys. Thank you. I can keep on going. As you can see, I can keep on talking about this topic because this is one of my favorite topics, and this comes with everything. Whatever you want to manifest, whatever it is, you can do it. You can become whoever you want. You can manifest whatever you want. You can achieve whatever you want. But first thing is alignment, presence, knowing, vision. Have the right vision. Without vision, nothing is happening. There is nothing gets created. You're just working, and get exhausted at the end and give up. So to avoid burnout, there needs to be a boundary, there needs to be a vision. And that from that vision, you start creating goals. And your goals create your purpose. And purpose gives you fulfillment, satisfaction. Thank you so much, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. And thank you, Sanjana and Sirisha, for having me again. It's a truly great space to be and talking about this from a very scientific perspective. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. I mean, something as meditators that we really like to use is you create your own reality, right? You're a reflection of our thoughts, our ideas, the things that we want to accomplish. And I feel like you explained that so well. I think I learned a lot of new things today, even though I've been meditating for so long. So thank you so much. Now I'd like to open the floor to the audience to see if anyone has any questions for Pari.
Ask me anything. This is your time. Whatever you want to ask. How to make money, how to create wealth, how to expand, create a movement, how to get out of thinking in meditation. There's no stupid question. There's no bad question. So any question is a great question.
I think I'm speaking for everyone when I ask this, but how specific do we have to be with our goals that we set or the boundaries that we are creating for ourselves to avoid burnout?
As specific as you can. As specific. I would say at least have 3 goals every day. This is a key to train your mind for success. A free tip, a bonus tip. By the way, I charge $1,000 to share this tip. So be very attentive. When I say the money, then people are more attentive. So the key to the mind you can train. So you have to train your mind to be successful. So what I would do is every single day take 3 goals, 3 things that you want to accomplish. And how do you choose those goals? First thing is write down 10 things that gives you the highest resistance. For example, calling that one person in your life who always complains, oh, you never call, but you have to call them. Write down. Okay, that one email you're dreading to send, write it down. Or the workout that runs on your mind all the time, like, oh, I have to work out. Write down. The 10 things that gives you the highest resistance. Write them down. Pick the top 3 goals, top 3 things in the resistance and get it done the first thing in the morning. I'm telling you, you will start creating space. You will start creating time. If you ever live in the world of having no time, I don't have time, you will start creating time. You are projects that if you're somebody who starts projects but never completes it, that story will change. You will start completing your projects. You will start creating time. You will start feeling like your performance increased, productivity increased. By just taking top 3 things that gives you the highest resistance, get it done the first thing in the morning. Send that damn email, send that call, make that call and get it done. Get it out of the way. Don't keep thinking, oh, go to ChatGPT and, oh, is this right? No. Get it. Whatever it is, just get it done. So once you get it done, you will start feeling like, oh, so much space has opened up. So this is a secret of creation of time. When people tell me, Pari, I don't have time, because you are spending too much time on things that that you are putting away. That is why you're not having time. So when you live in higher frequency, the law of physics change for you. The physics change for you when you're at a higher frequency. It is not the same physics that works for everyone. You have different physics. And I'm not kidding. This is not me telling. These are many, many scientists who have written, and I can give you references for you if you want to go check out as well. So physics works on frequency. Now, even check this out. If you ever have a time, like a clock, do this experiment, guys. Keep a wall clock near in your kitchen. Okay, set the time as it should be. Now see, after 10 days, 15 days, 1 month, the time change, like goes slow or faster. It won't be the same. The wall clock, put it next in your kitchen. Okay, experiment this, and when in the next month when I come, I want to hear what happened, and I'll tell you why that happens. In the kitchen, put a wall clock, set the time correct, and see after 1 month what happens to the clock. And see the clock elsewhere also. Put it in your bedroom or anywhere and compare the times. What happens? This is a real experiment. Do it, and I'll talk about it next month.
Is it essentially time altering with the frequency of that place?
Well, that is a topic we'll discuss. How time works. This is a really interesting topic because time is all perception. Time, frequency, and physics are very much related. The laws of physics change with frequency. So the person, is the same thing. Like, when I was not married and I was now people who are married and have kids will tell me that I'm right. When you don't have anything, you're not even married, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I have this, I have that, I have this, I have that. And then now I have 2 children. I run a not-for-profit, I run a profit company. And when I think about it, oh my gosh, I had so much time. What did I do when I was a student? I could have done so much. Now, right, Sirisha, don't you think that now that you have kids and I'm doing so much now, what was I doing at that time? I was just sitting and complaining I don't have time. So time is very relative, and now I feel like, oh gosh, when I was in my 20s, I could have done so much. What was I doing? So Sanjana, don't let your future self think like that. You can do a lot right now. Trust me. And time is just illusion. So yeah.
Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
have one more question actually. We set a lot of goals, but we don't know how we're going to achieve that goal, right? We don't have a methodology. Is that okay, or is it something that we should also be writing down?
Absolutely, writing down goals and having a plan. The famous saying, I don't know who said it, right? Or maybe Tony Robbins said it. Your dream your dream is basically having a plan with goals written. That is how your wish gets fulfilled. So have a goal, then make small steps. Break it down. Okay, my goal is to say I have to create $10,000 per month. Okay, that is my goal. And if I want, by the way, that's my program, 10K per month. If I have to do that, I can't start from 0 all the way to 10K, right? How do I start? First thing is making small goals, making creating specific. Today I'm gonna be, first you need to have a product to sell before even you make money. What is a product? Thinking through that vision. So small goals and acting on it every day is progress. So first thing is you need to start training your mind to feel successful. Take action over fear. Calling Sanjana and says, hey Sanjana, I have this great product. Would you be interested to ask? If I don't ask, how will people even know that there is a product? So talking about that. So how do people know if there is a meditation class happening when we don't even call and say, hey, you know what, there is a program happening every day. Do you think you have anyone who is interested? We need to call and ask. If my goal is to bring 100 people in this class, what do? Break it down. How many new people am I sharing to? How many new groups I'm talking about? See, people need to be told again and again and again. There's no shame in telling. Even now, after how many, I don't even know, 60, 70 years, every commercial there is about Coca-Cola telling us drink Coca-Cola. I'm like, don't we know Coke? But every time he'll come every 10 seconds in halfway game or whatever game and keep telling us drink Coca-Cola. And there are big banners, Coca-Cola. Why are they telling again and again to drink Coca-Cola? And now think about it. How much do we have to tell people to meditate? Come join our classes. Don't feel pushy. Don't feel salesy. Don't feel like a car salesman, because we are adding value to their life and people need to be told. So if you want to add value, you have to keep telling this. Tell every single time, hey, you know what, there's a call today. Did you forget? Join in. Come on in. It's going to be amazing. Today's topic is performance. Why don't you join? Just listen in. So we need to tell people. We can't just keep sending WhatsApp messages. We need to do more to work on that goal. So yes, have a goal, and what work can you do, and what is working, what is not working. You don't change the goal, you change your approach if it is not working. So I want to reach out corporates. My goal is simple, that I have to go to 10 corporates every month. If it is not happening, then what else can I do? What approach can I take? What fears do I have to overcome? So that is on me working. Instead of, what we do is we just change the goal. Oh, maybe it's not happening. Let's just change the goal. Make it easier. Because laziness is growing in today's world. There's extreme laziness, extreme fear, extreme greed. All of these are heightened right now. So it takes more from us to work for it. And that is why you need the group, the right group to work for it. So yes. All right, that's a lot for today. Thank you guys. I know it's a lot to take in, but maybe I am saying something, not very nice to listen. It might be like, oh gosh, we're not doing enough. That might be awakened, but sometimes we need to hear this because I'm so I'm surrounded by great leaders all the time in PSSM. I am always surrounded by great leaders, greatness. Greatness is how we live. We don't live in mediocrity. We live surrounded by high goals, big goals. And right, Sirisha, that is who we surround ourselves with. In PSSM, I have seen this one organization, people don't just dream, they think big. They have big goals. So when you are in such a group, there is no space for mediocrity thinking. There's only higher thinking. And that is what PSSM is about. So that's why I talk like this. And I know it works. I know because I see it everywhere. I see farmers building pyramids, big pyramids. Now tell me, I see people who are barbers, who are people who iron in small villages in Andhra, speaking like Joe Dispenza. Now you tell me, how can I not be talking like this? So we should bring him. There's a guy called Anjaya from Nizamabad. There's a guy called Anjaya. He is a ironing guy. He used to iron clothes. This guy he built his own business, successful business from there, through meditation, through self-belief. He supports communities, empowers the whole town. And he's a greatest speaker I have seen. An ironing guy from Nizamabad called Anjaya. That is who I work for. I want Anjaya to be on a global stage. That is what I want. That is my dream. So that is what PSSM is going to do, is bring those people who are in villages doing greatest work to be on global stages. And especially in today's time, when people sell their souls for money, fame. And what we are seeing today, what's happening in the Epstein files or whatever that is happening around. People are selling everything to get money, fame. And we have such gold mines with us, diamonds. It is now the stage has come in this world to be authentic, and that is what will bring money. Now, no more manipulation, no more competition. It is only truth and authenticity that will bring money. And that is the change happening. That is the golden age. So this is the best time to teach meditation, best time to be kind, best time to be authentic without fear. So no more thinking, because so many times people tell me, Pari, you know, the reality is different. We have to be practical. Things doesn't work like that. No, all of that is out of the window. Only being kind will work now. You have to be really kind. You have to really be collaborative, friendship. That will work now. So that whole game is changing. We are entering the fourth density. We are entering the ninth dimension, the golden age. We will become light bodies, but you won't become light bodies if you're in darkness. You have to be in the light. So what we are doing is much, much, much bigger than who we are and what we are saying. We are a part of a bigger, bigger plan. So it is a great time of history to be in, and I'm loving every bit of it. So do not waste time. Don't waste time. Just work. That is the last message, and I'll leave right now. Thank you so much, guys. If you keep me, I'll keep talking. But I love and I would love to talk, meet everyone as well. And we have the Omega Pyramid coming up in Dallas. Support the project, guys. Having a pyramid in US is the most important thing right now for us. Not just for us, for the whole humanity. Remember, we cannot grow unless everybody else grows. Remember that. You cannot just grow alone. Only when everyone raises in consciousness, you will also rise. So it's not a solo game. It is a team game we are playing. So for a team game to play, we need this. We need pyramids. We need the consciousness shift to happen. So no longer, if just don't think, oh, my house is clean, I meditate, so it's all fine. No, you have to clean the neighborhood. You have to clean your city. You have to clean the whole country. That is the game we are playing here. So share this information to everybody. Ask everybody. Don't feel like, oh, I don't know how to share. I don't know how to tell. Tell them, meditate. Feel confident. Bring them to this class. Make them meditate. Everybody should have a goal. I'm going to bring 5 people to this meditation class. That is your goal. 5 people. Bring them. Make them committed. That is your goal. Okay. And then once you have that, and the next step is to raise funds. How do you share the message of having a pyramid, having a center, having a gathering is important. How do you share? That is a training that you must take and talk about it. Bring funds. There's no point in funding AI. AI has billions of funding. Artificial intelligence right now, billions. They're building data centers to store the data. And we are funding that. But we don't feel the fund. We don't feel the need to fund a pyramid because we are not seeing the benefit. So think, what are your priorities? What do we need to fund right now? So that's what I would say. It is time for a pyramid to come. We have to be more aggressive. Stop being nice. Stop pleasing people. The time has come to take action. There's no more time for pleasing, being nice. Oh, please come if you want to come. It's so nice. No, get out of survival. Take care of your health. Be happy. Meditate. Do this. So be very assertive, very, very commanding in talking about this. So stop. That is probably the YouTube title should be Stop Being Nice. Pari says, don't be nice anymore. Be rude. That is what I would say. Don't be nice anymore. So thank you. I'm going to leave now. Thank you, Sanjana, for having me. And I love the way you host, the way you're anchoring. This is so amazing. I want you to travel the world with me so we can do this more. And I miss Prithvi today, but please say hi to her on my regard. And thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. You've unpacked so many boxes today, and we all need to hear this information. I think we all have a very softer approach to things, but like you said, it's about time. Be a little bit more aggressive about it, be more active in what we're doing, being in the moment. So thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today.
Thank you, guys. Bye bye.